This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday we were able to create bill of lading, right? That's where we left, I guess. Let's see. Okay, let me just quickly go back. FIMG is a T code. It's a shortcut to contract accounts receivables. Go to convergent invoicing in that. Go to basic functions, bill of items. So we have seen the bill of item class and the bill of item management also, right? We have created subprocess as well as bill of item types. So let's go and see the bill of items created yesterday. FKK fix bit 1. Look at all items and look at the contract 851, I guess. I think we created 2 or 3 yesterday. We created 2. So this is where we try to integrate our billing plan with the billable items, right? We have created our own bit class, sub-process, and billable item type. Right? This is one. So BR is recurring. Now the status of the billable item is raw. Right? Now that means something is wrong with that. Okay, so first thing. Let's say if you look at any status of the billable item, if any status is in raw, just go and see. First thing we need to see billable class, sub-process, and billable item type. And the next 3 things are main transaction, sub-transaction, and account determination ID. These 6 things we see first. Okay, then we'll come to know whether to check the other data or not. First, we need to make sure the data is correct in this. Okay, let's see what are these 3 things and how do we map them. Okay, whenever we create a billable item, how can they get auto determined? So let's discuss few things about main transaction, sub-transaction, account determination ID. So if you look at any of the, let's say, look at a bill. Okay, let's say you got a bill, and in this bill, initially what they say, let's say you bought some service. Okay, so they'll say that okay, for product the amount is $100. Okay, on top of it, let's say if it is shipping good, then there is something called freight, right? Freight charges, which is your shipping charges, right? Let's say $20. If it is there is some tax also, right? For tax also they include something, and they'll say that the tax is $10, and this gives you the total amount, right? When you buy something, so total is how much is the total here? $130, right? This is your total bill. Okay, so you are a customer. Let's assume that you are a customer. How much you are going to pay when you bought something?
You'll be paying 130 in this case, right?
You'll be paying 130, right? So as a business partner, in our case it is BP, right? A business partner who is going to pay, right? So BP
Yes.
is going to pay this much amount. Okay, so for a company, how much is the amount? So let's say when you are selling a product, this is your amount. This is the amount that you are going to get, right? For a company, right? This is your revenue, right? And this is something, this is revenue for a company, or for whom it is?
It's an expense, right?
Shipping company, right? Shipping company, it's not an expense. You're going to pay. Why it is an expense to a company?
Okay.
So it is a revenue for shipping company. I mean, whoever is shipping, let's say FedEx or anyone, for them it is a amount. For this amount will go to them, right? So the tax will go to what? It's a revenue to the government, right?
Government revenue.
To the government. not an expense. This is not an expense to the company because this is something you are going to pay. They are not paying from their pocket, right? So it's a revenue to different things. I mean, this is actually actual revenue to the company, right? Actual revenue to the company. Company whom from whom you are buying that product. So how do we know? I mean, when you are when they forecast at the time of declaring their results and all, they'll say that this is my let's say they sold thousands of products like this. Okay, and then they'll calculate and based on what amount they'll calculate their revenue. Leave about the expenses. We are not talking about the expenses here. Revenue only this. So what is the revenue when they say how much is the revenue for their company? Let's
100.
say they sold 1,000 products like this. Okay, 1,000 products are sold or 1,000 services are sold. Okay, so the revenue for them is what? 1,000 into 100 only, right? Not you don't include 20 or 10. This is because this is not their revenue. This is their revenue. So they calculate revenue like this. But how do they differentiate? Which one will go to which one, and how do they know that only 100 or only 100 should be considered as their revenue? They use a concept called GL. Okay, so GL, General Ledger Accounting. I guess you might be knowing it. So these are all called revenue GLs. Okay, this is revenue GL1. So this will be revenue GL2. And this is the revenue GL3, right? Revenue GL3. But for a customer point of view, this is their BPGL. Okay, business partner. These are all partner GLs. Customer, this is the amount. We'll show to the customer that hey, I mean, you are the customer. You're going to pay this much amount. But we split that amount into 3 parts. One is a revenue GL for company. This is for a different one. This is for a different purpose. Okay. How do we identify? We are trying to build the customer. Okay, and we are trying to post that amounts to the FICA also, right? So when we do the invoicing, and the amount will goes to FICA, where the actual financial specific things happen, right? So before we send to FICA, we need to differentiate. Okay, which one is what? Okay, so the differentiation we do it through a concept called main transaction and sub transaction. Okay, we use a concept called main transaction and sub transaction. Okay, so which one is the main transaction here? This is the main transaction, right? Against which the total amount is maintained. Okay, and these are all sub transactions. So we create different sub transactions and different main transactions for our purposes. Sub transactions 1, so sub transaction 2, and sub transaction 3. Okay, so for every main transaction, how many in this example, how many for a given main transaction, how many sub transactions are there?
There are 3.
There are 3, right? So main transaction, for every main transaction, we assign multiple sub transactions depending upon the business scenario. Okay, multiple sub transactions. Okay, so each transaction have its own GL, right? This one has its own GL account assigned, and this one has its own GL accounts assigned. Okay, so GL account assignment we do when we do the invoicing, but at the time of billing, it is mandatory, right? When we are sending the data to invoicing as well as FICA, we should identify what is the main transaction corresponding to that, right? So how we identify? We maintain the data. We maintain the data on the billable items. That is how we'll come to know what is the main transaction for this amount. Okay, the amount that we are charging to the customer. What is the main transaction and what is the sub transaction? Okay. Now, how do we do the configuration and how that got automatically determined? We'll see that configuration. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's go to billable items. So what do we need now? Go to billable item transfer. Okay, when we are transferring the data, we need to assign the billable item transfer account assignment duration. Define main transactions and sub transactions. Click on it. Okay. Here, for against the sub process and billable item type, we are assigning the debit and credit. Let's say if the amounts are negative, we'll assign credit main transaction and credit sub transaction. If the amounts are positive, we'll assign debit main and debit sub. Okay, so here we're just doing the assignment. Okay, but where do we define this? Let's go back. So we define these at a different place. Okay, so we are in convergent invoicing, we are trying to assign that, but go to basic functions at the top in the contract accounts receivables. Here, go into postings and documents, go to basic settings, go to document, maintain document assignments, define. You have to define here. Okay, now let's go and define. So our application area, it is FICA. We are going to use yes is our application area, extended FICA, which is part of our BRM. If you are building this BRM FICA for utilities, you choose R. Okay, for utility, telecom it is T. For different areas, different main and sub transactions defined. Okay. Now let's create one. I'll say this one main transaction 14. MT14. MT14. What? See, application area, right? So sorry, choose yes. MT14. This is our main transaction 14. Okay, you can define multiple. It's up to us. Save this one. Let's go and define sub transaction as well. Okay. So always the sub transaction is against the main transaction. Okay, so that's you need to know. So our application area is yes. Main transaction is MT14. And let's define sub transaction ST14. Okay, you can have multiple. If you want to define, you can define multiple also. I'm defining only one for our purpose. This is our sub transaction 14, and my revenue, we need to define our revenue, and that's okay. Let's leave this one here. We'll come here again. So I define my main transaction. I assign my sub transaction. If you have multiple against main transaction MT14, you assign multiple sub transactions. Okay. Now let's go back. Let's see where is our MT14. This is our main transaction and sub transaction. Okay. So for revenue, I'm going to use MT14, revenue main and revenue sub. Okay. ST14. The same combination I'm using. Now let's next thing is go to main transactions. We need to indicate, okay, we need to parameterize whether it is a debit or whether it is a credit. Okay, click on this one. Let's choose MT14. Okay, and click on main transactions. MT14 and this we have assigned it already. Yeah. So for our sub transaction and main transaction, we need to assign our company code. Okay, now let's click on edit. So our application area company code is what? Our company code is CD14, right? CD14 division. You can leave it blank, or what is our division 14, I guess.
14.
Right. So this MT14 or ST14. Okay. So whether it's a debit or credit, we can mention. Okay. So you can mention it as debit or credit. Okay. Let's say I'll say debit. Statistical keys not manual posting will allow. Payment log, these are all comes under your FIC. Okay, but for you this is enough. Whether we need to indicate whether it's a debit or credit, then only we can say whether we can use it for negative posting or not. Okay, for negatives we'll use credit. Okay, if you're creating a billable item with a negative, this should be credit, right? And there should be a separate sub transaction created. Okay, now let's go back. We have done this now, right? Let's go to convergent invoicing. Okay, in the convergent invoicing, in the billable item transfer, we are doing main transaction and sub transactions. Let's click on it here. So for our this thing, we need to assign. Okay, let me copy any of it, or let me create a new one. Okay, I'll create a new one. What is my what is our sub process SP 14, and billable item type is it BI 14 or BP 14? BR 14, right? For recurring. This is our this is the one we are dealing with, right? For recurring. Okay, click on OK. What is my debit transaction? MT14, and debit sub transaction is ST14. If you have a credit transaction, you assign it. Right now I'm using the same thing here. Ideally you should not use. Okay, enter, and there is let's say this one. Go back. So this is done, and one more setting we need to do: debit define main transaction and sub transaction for items. Okay, execute this one. So what is my sub process? Do the same thing again.
SP14.
SP14. Do we have it here? It's not. Let's create a new one or copy. And it is SP14 and BR14 account assignment. Okay, let's go and see. Leave it not required. Okay, this is my MT14. Debit main transaction is MT14. Corresponding is ST14. ST14 and MT14. Let's save this. Go back. So this is posting area is 8122. The one earlier we have done is 8121. Remember this posting areas, okay? So people will, I mean, this is a frequent activity. So people will ask you what is posting area 8121 and 8122. Okay, remember the posting areas. Now, next thing is define account assignments for billable items. So what is my sub? I think we have defined this. Let's see. Not defined. Okay, let's copy this one. Our subprocess is SP14, BR14, and company code is CD14. Division is 14. There are some areas, profit center, these things, when we deal with FICA, they will ask you to assign, okay? Then you take the profit center or the segments, these are specific to FI. If they ask you to assign, you come here and assign those. Okay, for now it is not, for us it is not required. Go back, and we have done
So
what
how
else is
how this account assignment is different than the SD? SD, the VKOA screen, right, that we have. Is it something kind of similar? Like, are we defining some
it
GL
is similar.
accounts here?
Even in GL account determination, SD, in SD, what you do? SD, I don't think we have a main transaction and sub transaction. It's all
No,
your K and Kofi. Using those
correct.
conditions, you'll ERL and you know,
Correct.
in the pricing procedure we assign that ERL and
Account
the other
keys.
thing,
Yeah.
ARS, account keys
So
against
here,
which we make accounts. Here it
yeah.
is main transaction and sub transaction.
Okay.
Your accounts are determined using a
But
main
then
transaction.
we did not mention the GL account, right? Anywhere.
We didn't mention. We will come to that. We haven't done that yet.
Okay.
Right now we are still preparing the data. All right. We'll come to that also. So billing is not required, only during invoicing. When do we need the GL accounts?
While posting,
While
Doing
posting,
the
right?
invoicing,
Yeah.
while
invoicing.
Until
invoicing,
that,
yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that comes that comes after billing. So at that time we do the assignment of GL accounts. Okay. Right now it is not required. Okay. Now account assignment derivation is done. Billable item transfer we have done. Let's go and see. Let's go and create a billable item. One more billable item. So the contract that we are using is what 20851. How do we create a billable item from billing plan? FKK, Bix. Can someone tell me? Shinmai, Shane, Sub,
I will
FKK,
observe, sir.
Bix, bill plan. What is that, Shane?
I said I will
Is it Shane?
observe. Yesterday I was toggling with the windows yesterday, so I will observe
Oh,
today.
no problem. No problem. I mean, remember. I mean, you need to remember this, right? So if you are going to use it,
Yeah,
you
now
have to
I'll
remember.
be. Yes, sir.
So this is our billing plan, right? And we are trying to create a billable item. We already created two. Let's go and create one more. So how do we take the next? We always take the next request, right? Next request date is something we use. So whether we can use this billing plan or not, how do we know whether we can use this billing plan or not?
It is released, right? Status is released.
Status is released. Yes. If it is completed, that means the no more billable items get generated. So click on billing plan at the top, go to request, execute, give the billing day, the request date, execute. I see there is a billable item created. Go to the FKK Bixbitman and see whether we created a billable item or not. See, there is a billable item created, right? It's in what? It's in status of billable, right? This is our big class subprocess billable item. All other details are there, and let's see whether the main data is here. Main transaction, sub transaction, and account information ID. Okay, so it is in billable status, and the amount is 500. Okay, and we are able to create a billable item. What is the next step? What do we do with this billable item? Why do we need this? Go to our flow again.
Bill it.
The data we have is everything. The data, all the data that is there on this billable item is ours only, right? There is all the data is from ours only. We haven't used any other data, right? So we are good to go ahead with the next step, Right now, the next step is what in our process? So we have a billing plan and we have a billable items. Next step is billing, right? So once we have the billable items with the state billable, we can do the billing. Okay, how do we do the billing? Select all the items or any item. You can select individually, or you can. The next is billing, right? So click on bill. At the top, you see there is a bill. Click on bill. So to do the billing, okay, what do we need to do a billing? To do a billing, we need something called billing process. Okay, so billing process and sub process and a billing date. Okay, so billing process and sub process are equal. We know the sub process that we are using SP14, but we don't have a billing process created, right? So let's see how do we build these billable items. Okay, now let's go and go to our next topic, billing. Okay, so we are in the convergent invoicing. Okay, guys, and next topic is billing. Let's go to billing. So in the billing, you see the billing process, additional functions, and billing documents. Okay, let's see the billing process. What is the billing process and how do we configure that? Okay, click on define billing process. Or but select, let's see billing process first. Okay, this existing one, just see. Okay, there is a billing process BP12, and in the billing process, when we are creating, we need to assign a sub process. So billing process is always associated with a sub process, and in the billing process, in combination with the sub process, we have few things. Okay, one is selection variant, grouping variant, billing type, and invoicing process. Okay, to create a billing process, we need all these things. We have a sub process, okay, but we don't have all these things, right? Let's see. Let's go and create a new billing process. I'll say billing process BP14. I'm creating a billing process. So to this billing process, we need to assign a sub process. Okay, what is my sub process? What's our sub process? SP
SP14.
SP14, right? SP14 is our sub process. But to create a billing process, we need a few more things. Okay, grouping variant, selection variant, and billing type. Okay, now let's look at these things and let's define those things. Okay, what is this selection variant? What is this grouping variant? So selection variant, let's say, okay, let's execute the billing process. So we have these three billable items. Let's use any of the existing billing process and try to see what it says. Okay, so for a sub process, corresponding sub process, there is no billing process, so I'm removing that and I'm searching for it. Let's use BP12. Okay, and sub process SP14 I'm using. Let's see whether it bills it or not.
It should give error actually, right?
There is an error. Okay, so selection criteria do not agree with billing process BP12. Okay, the selection criteria is not agreed. So what is that selection criteria? And let's go into expert mode and see. Selection criteria do not agree with the billing process BP12. Okay, it is not allowing. Okay, because our sub process SP14 is not for And 1 second. Okay, so where is that bill from? Bill from is 5/8/2024, right? 5/8/2024. Let's go to August. I'll say 5998. Okay, this should work. Let's see. Still, it is not working because BP12 is not agreeing with the process. Subprocess do not agree with the billing process BP12. Okay, now let's go and change. Subprocess is not for BP12. This billing process, this is not defined. Okay, so for every billing process, we need to associate a subprocess. Now let's go and do this. Let's change the date. Go to export mode. Now what it is saying. So the selection. Okay, 1 second. Let's BP12 and SP12 export mode. Selection criteria do not agree with the billing process. Okay, because it is not allowing us. Now let's go and assign our own. Okay, now let's go to why it is not allowing. Can anyone tell me? I mean, maybe just guess.
We have not saved it, nothing. Not saved it, that's why.
No, I'm not using BP14, right? I'm using BP12, which is already existing. But still, it is not allowing.
But BP12 has got SP12 assigned to it.
Yes, SP12 is assigned, and that is one thing. And there is, yeah, that's first criteria itself is failing, right? So that's the reason it is not allowing. Let me go and change this. Add SP14 also here. Okay, let me add SP14 here. We can extend any. 1 second. So right now BP12 has only SP14. Let me copy this and add SP14. I'll say selection variant and everything. I'll keep it same. Okay, let's save this one. These are not ours, right? SP12, even billing process BP12 is also not ours. Let's try to, I'm trying to see whether how it behaves. Okay. So I assigned BP12 to our SP14 to our BP12, and let's go and do the billing again. Okay, go back. Let me go back and come to the billable item monitor again. FKK Bixby on. Go to all items, or we need only billable items, right? We don't care about the raw bits. They are not relevant for billing, so I'll use the billable items only. For contract 20851, click on execute. See, it selected only one. Now let's do the billing for this. Okay, I'll use the BP12. We assigned SP14 to it, right?
Yes.
Now let's. Now what it is saying? No
No
billable
billable
items
items are qualified for billing.
qualified for billing. Why? Because
We have not given the billable type as BT14 over there.
that is
We
one
have given
thing.
as
But
BP12.
so this SP14, what is our selection variant? SV12, and grouping variant is ZV12, right? BT12 will come to this. Okay, first thing is selection variant, then grouping variant, then billing type. This is a sequence. Okay, let's go and see the selection variant first. Okay, SV12 is something we assign. Go to define selection variants. The one which we are using is SV12. Let's go and see SV12. SV12, here it is. See, for this selection variant, what is instructed here? The selection variant only takes the billable item. We are assigning what there is something called selection variant. There is something called billable item class assigned. Which class it is assigned? G12B. But our billable item class is what? The data on our billable items. What is our billable item class?
C14.
G14B. Okay, that is the reason the selection variant is not working. It is not selecting because G12B is not ours. Okay, so here is the thing. Okay, let's how do we define a billing process? Let's see the things that are required. Why it is so what are we trying to do? Billing process. This remote desktop is too slow today. I don't know why. So billing process, the first step is selection variant. Before you configure a billing process, selection variant we need to define. Second step is grouping variant. Okay, we'll see the remaining steps later. So selection variant, let's say I have 1000 billable items. Okay, 1000 billable items. Okay, so selection variant, we will define a criteria. Okay, define a criteria to select the billable items. Okay, so in the selection variant we define a criteria to select the billable items. What is our criteria here? Let's create a let's create a new selection variant first. Okay, so I'll say SV14 is our selection variant. So this is my selection variant. So first criteria is what? This, if you are using this, if you use this selection criteria, first thing is we need to assign billable item classes. Okay, so only from these billable item classes it picks up the list of billable items. Okay, so what is our billable item class? B14. Is it B14 or what is our billable item class? G14B. Right, G14B. G14B is our billable item class. So I'm telling the system that whenever you're using selection variant SV14, it should look for the billable items. Okay, let's say if you go back, remove this contract account, remove this contract, and look, you display all the billable items first. See how many I have here. Huge number of billable items available. But if I use my selection variant, I'm instructing my selection variant that the billable item classes the billable items I should pick are from class G14B. Right? That's what it means. And you can further filter it out. Okay, so from G14B, what are the billable item types I want to use? Okay, so we have what is our billable item type? BR14, right? And we have also BO14 also there. Okay, BO14 also there. We are not using this one. Let's wait for some time. Okay. So I'll instruct in the system that only select the BR14. Right. And we can also filter based on the source transaction type. Okay, new entries. So what is our source transaction type? BIP, right? So BIP from created from billing plan, right? So BIP is our source transaction type. Let's save this one. Go back. So I created a selection variant SV14. Okay, what this will do? This will select the billable items, list of available billable items. It will select the the ones which are matching, not everything, right? That's a criteria. Now, what is a grouping variant? So let's say that, out of 1,000 billable items, okay, I used a selection variant. It filtered out all the billable items and picked up 10 billable items. Okay, so 10 billable items it identified which are relevant. Okay, relevant after selection variant. These 10 bits are relevant. Okay, out of 1,000 bits, only 10 bits are relevant. Okay, so the grouping, what will the grouping variant do? Grouping variant. Okay, one more thing. Just before that, let me show you that directly in the system. Next step is what we need to group them. Okay, grouping. We need to create a grouping variant. So what is a grouping variant? You define grouping variants in a billing. Distinction is made between two groups of grouping variants. Grouping variant for creating a billable billing units and aggregation of billable items. Okay. So when a contract is selected, it is possible to select and process more than one source transaction and more than one billable item. In billing, the system tries to group them together, all source transactions of a contract account into one billing document. Okay, this is the default criteria. Okay, so all source transactions of a contract account. Okay, what will grouping variant do? So grouping variant, it uses a list of fields from the billable item and it groups them into uh, it one second, so it groups them into billing units. Okay, so I have 10 billable sorry. So from selection variant, I selected 10 billable items which are relevant for billing, and it can be either one billing unit, or it can be either two billing units, or it can be either three billing units. So grouping within will create a billing unit. Okay, and then what happens in the next step is what? It creates a billing document. Okay, so billing unit, for each and every billing unit there is a billing document gets created. Billing document gets created. Okay, so now let's see how this grouping variant works and what is the criteria. I mean, how it is trying to group the selected billable items into different billing units. So each billing unit corresponds to a billing document. Okay, now let's go and see the grouping variant configuration. Let's see GV, the one which is already there, GV12 grouping variant. So we are assigning a grouping characteristics, source transaction ID or VKONT, or you can assign multiple. How you want to group your items into units. Okay, and you see these are the list of grouping characteristics. You can add more also. How do we know what are the grouping characteristics that I can use? You can add a new entry. You can select the list of available fields. See, there are a number of fields that are already available. You can use these fields. First, you need to tell the system that what are the fields that you are going to use as a grouping characteristic. Okay, so we have added these many fields which we are going to use. Not necessarily everything will be used. I mean, first we need to identify what are my grouping characteristics first. Okay, based on that we create a grouping variant. Click on a grouping variant. Let's say GV14. My grouping variant is GV14. Grouping variant 14. This grouping variant I'll assign a characteristic. Okay, so click on new entries. What are the characteristics that are see? These are the ones which we selected out of all available. Okay, I'll say group by currency or group by source transaction ID. What is the source transaction ID on the billable item? These are your IDs, right? Based on the source transaction ID as well as based on the source transaction. There are other things also, right? ID, the contract account, the bit type, how you want to. Okay, I'll say I'll use two. I'll use bit currency. Currency is one, and I'll add one more also. Add one more, source transaction ID. Okay, go back. I've created my grouping variant. I'll group my selected billable items into groups, into billing units based on these two fields. Okay, now let's go and if you look at here, right? Let's say you're applying a grouping variant on this. Okay, which one you think? How many groups you can create? Let's assume. Let's say that these three. Let's take these three. Let's take first three. Let's take first four. Okay, and where is the currency? Currency is USD for all. On the four, it is USD. How many groups it can create now if you apply our
Two.
grouping variant?
I think it will create two.
How come this? What is my grouping variant criteria?
Source
I will set
transaction
in the
ID.
system that for unique for if they are same, I'll club them. If they are different, I don't club them. Right. So first thing is USD. USD, it's for all the documents, it is USD only, right? The currency is USD. So I'll go to the next parameter. What is my next parameter? Source transaction ID.
There are three of
I'll
them.
see all these are same or different.
Two are same. One is, oh no, all are different actually.
All are different, right?
Yeah, all are different.
So yeah, so you'll see four different billing units,
Correct, correct,
right?
correct.
Everything it won't group actually. Technically, it won't group. If I use only USD, if I use my grouping characteristic as USD only, it will group them everything into one billing unit, right?
Into one.
Because the
Yes.
currency is USD. If I use the only currency, group. Okay, now this is my grouping variant is done. My now let's go back. We'll see an example. Then you'll understand clearly. Now let's go to our billing process. Our billing process BP14. Sub process is SP14, and for this sub process, what is my selection variant? Selection variant is SV14, and my grouping variant is GV14. Right?
GV14.
Let's assign this. We'll come to this also. Let's see. First, let's see the behavior of it with this. Okay, now let me go back and perform the billing. Okay, let me select billable items from our contract. Or okay, leave it. Okay, I'll say uh, I'll use the date range. I don't want to go with everything. Let's say I'll see the ones which are generated in the month of May. Okay, let's say let's look at the billable items from May month. How many are there? Okay, there are okay almost 10 to 15 are there. Okay, out of which how many are hours? Only one is hours, right? Let's select this all these things and click on billing. Okay, I'm clicking on billing. See, it says multiple contract accounts and business partners. Okay, we cannot use for a different business partner. And let me do so contract accounts and business partners. Let me see. Let me select only few. This is my business partner. Bill. and my billing process is BP14. Use BP14, and this is SP14, right? And let's say that this is December. I give it as December 2024. Okay, click on export. I instructed system to do the billing for 4 billable items, but it selected only one,
Yes.
right? Why? Because our selection variant
Invariant.
find to get the billable items from class G14B as well as billable item type BR14, right? That's the reason it took only the first one, right? This is the selection variant, how we are selecting. And now let's click on OK. How many billable items? Now look at this, okay? I was talking about now this is I clicked on OK, right? And now creation of billable billing units. How many billing units are created?
One has been created.
One, because we have only one billable item selected.
Only
That's the
one.
reason.
Correct.
Now let's click on OK. And here, so selection variant is done and grouping variant is done. The next is what? Billing type. So what is a billing type? Let's see that. Okay. Let's use the one which is already there. Let's see whether it works or not. I said BT14. It didn't work, and there are errors. Okay. So let's look at the errors. No billing type determined for BP14. The billing process BP14 we did not determine, and it was not processed, not possible to assign billing unit for contract account. This one, okay, it's cancelled everything. Okay, now let's go and see what is this billing type and where we define it. And so before that, let's look at something called build items. Okay, let's see already build items, the data on top of it. Okay. Okay, so these are all, if you look at the status of it, it says invoiced. Okay, I selected all the invoiced items. That means billing is already done for it. Okay, and let's see the billing document. You see there is an invoicing document column here and billing document column here. And let's look at the billing document. Okay, so whenever a billing process is executed, a billing document gets created, and billing document looks like this. This is something we are going to achieve, right? We are trying to achieve this billing, right? We are trying to do the billing so that a billing document gets generated. Okay, so in the billing document, this is your header data and this is your item data. Okay, the list of items that you list of billable items, this is your header data. So on the billing document, the important fields to look for is one is your document type. This is your document type, and there is something called a billing type. Okay, and there is one more thing called source document type. We'll come to this. So billing type and document type and source document type. Okay, these three things always remember they must be configured. Okay, you should make sure that these three things are available. Okay, on the billing document. One is document type, billing type, and source document type. On the header, on the items, you see this item type, billing document item type. Okay, this is enough. Rest will come automatically. Okay, now let's see what is a billing document type. Now for our billing process, this where is it? The billing type is mandatory, right? Let's see what is this billing type. Go to the SPRO again. You see there is a billing type. Define billing types for billing document type, billing documents. One minute. This is not. This is billing item type. So we are looking at, see, and don't get confused. This is billing type and this is billing item type. Okay. So item type is at the item level, on the billing document, and this is your billing type is at the header level. Okay, so billing type technically what is it? Okay, you need to assign a billing type to each billing process at the level of subscription process. You can define the rules for billing type independently of the invoice. Okay, so billing type tells us what kind of data that we are storing on the billing document. Okay, so we can say that if you want to use a different billing type for recurring, all recurring based or all usage based or all one time data, one time fees. So everything we can group them. I mean, we separately identified. By looking at the header document, you can say what's involved, in which scenario we have created this billing document. Okay, I'll say this by looking at this billing type. I'll say that okay, all the billable items that we have under this one are specific to my usage related. Okay, let's say I posted 1,000 usage documents. Okay, so billing type tells us the items that are taken in this billing document are from usages. So it tells us okay, what is our billing type, how we are going to what are the different items that we have stored in the billing document. Okay, now for recurring, for one time, which scenario, it tells us which scenario uh, we have used to create this billing document. Okay, so here our sub process is selecting only the recurring ones, right? So I'll say that this is I'll create one billing type which is for recurring. I'll say that for recurring I'll create a billing type. Now let's copy this one, BT billing type BT14, and I'll say this is for recurring scenario. I'm creating a, this data is entirely different. It's not we have a billing the billable item type on the billable items, right? BR14, but BT14 is where we are storing this we are storing on the billing document. Okay, so this tells us there are other functions also. Okay, so this billing type tells us okay, if you want to instruct, if you want to, you can control few other things as well. Okay, if you want to invoice or not. Okay, I'll say if I say never invoice, from this billing document that we create, it will never invoice. Okay, you cannot process, you cannot do the invoicing on top of this billing document. So that is one of the functionality of this billing type. We can control whether to invoice or not, and also we can set a lock, invoicing lock also. Invoicing lock on the billing document is also controlled using invoicing, this billing type. Okay, that's and there are two other things. You can aggregate the tax items, you can aggregate the payment data items also. Aggregation is clubbing them into one single tax item. We can aggregate also. Okay, the main advantage of this one is invoice, whether we can allow whether invoicing is allowed or not. We can control that. Also we can set a lock, invoicing lock also allowed, whether we can set manually set or remove. If this is not selected, you cannot lock it. You cannot lock the billing document. Okay, these are the two things of it. Click on enter. Let's look at our BT14. So billing document is always where is this invoicing category? You remember this invoicing category we maintained somewhere.
Invoicing category. Where
Is
I
it in the
see?
billing plan? No.
Okay, let's go to contract account. Okay, so what is our contract account?
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Is it which one is our contract account?
801. No, none of these.
71116 is our contract account, right? 71116. 71116. Okay, so this is our contract account, and in the convergent invoicing we have something called invoicing category. Okay, so there is a purpose. Okay, so we have our contract account category. Contract account tells us what is the invoicing category. Okay, until this point of time, we haven't seen the importance of it, right? Now this is one use case of it. Okay, invoicing category. There is one use case of it. So on the billing type that we are creating, whether to invoice or not, whether to manually allow the invoice lock or not, whether to aggregate tax items or payment items, that we can control through an invoicing category. Okay, I can add one more invoice. Let's say I'll say that this is another invoicing category, and for this I'll say aggregate tax items. I'll say do not never invoice. I'll say that this manual setting is not allowed. Okay, see now I have two entries for our billing type. If my invoicing category is GIC, the behavior is different. If my invoicing category is SIC, the behavior is different, right? Where is this invoicing category coming from? It is coming from our contract account, right? So billing type BT14 is defined. Let's go back and let's assign that billing type in our billing process. Go to BP14, go to subprocess SP14, and billing type is BT14, right? BT14. Invoicing process is not done yet. We'll come to that, but let's do the billing first. Okay, now let's go and try to do the billing again. Let's do the billing again. Go to Bixbitmon, FKK Bixbitmon. Select the billable items, and this is our contract account. Let's click on execute. So I have okay. These are all different. Okay, but these were created. These are all test data, right? We created earlier. Okay, let's select all these things and click on bill. This is my BP14 and select this subprocess SP14 and my billing date. Okay, my billing. What is my billing?
Does this
Yes,
process happens in the background during the in the
yes.
projects, or how?
We automate this. It's not a manual
Through
task.
a batch job?
Through a patch up. Yes,
Okay, and the creation of the billing plans as well.
yes. Everything we can automate.
Okay, the creation of the billing plans and then creating the uh,
Billing plan is all art. It gets created automatically, right? We are not creating manually billing plan,
yeah.
but
I mean to
execution of
say the next step, yeah, out of the billing
ah,
plan, these bits that we are creating.
yes, there's a batch up. Yes,
Okay, okay, and then processing this also will be a batch job then.
it's
Okay,
a batch up. Yes.
okay,
Okay, now BP14 and SP14. Your technical team. Your technical or functional, Chinmay?
functional, SD functional.
Your technical team will help you in setting up those batch ups. No problem.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's batch up. It's automated. Okay, now click on SP14. Out of all selected our selection criteria, picked up only one. Let's click on execute. I selected one billing unit. Let's click on execute now. BT14, it automatically picked up from the configuration. Now let's click on execute. Okay, it is still into errors. Let's see what is the log. So there is something missing. Okay, so account determination not possible, and assign document type. Okay, so what is a document type and what it is missing? Okay, so the purpose of our billable item, the billing process is what are we trying to do with the billing process? What is the final goal of it?
To go it send it for invoicing towards the end.
Our final goal is invoicing. Okay, but before that we need to do the billing, right? So to do the billing, we are using a billing process, right? So when a billing plan is executed, a billable item is created, right? So when we do the billing, what happens is a billing document gets created. Okay, so a billing document gets created, right? So how do we now? What is our next tasks? How do we identify a billing document? It's again another kind of an order kind of a thing, right? So it should have its own document type, like in our transaction type, and items will have item type, right? That's what we have seen. So if you look at any of the existing billable items, existing billed documents, this time I'll select only the billed, not yet invoiced. Click on execute. Okay, so I selected only the billed ones which are not invoiced. Okay, so select any of the billing document. Okay, click on billing document. So this is my billing document 60028, and it has something called billing document type. This is kind of a, it's again an order kind of a thing, right? It has its own header and its own item. So for each order we'll have a document type, or this is a kind of a transaction type, and this is kind of an item category, right? So we need to tell that when we are executing this billing process, when we are executing billing process BP14, it should generate a billing document of type and item with items in it, right? That we need to instruct the systems, that we did not do it. Okay, what is a billing document that is going to generate it when we do the billing process? That we need to instruct the system now. Okay, so when BP14 is performed, the billing process is performed, it's going to create a billing document. So that billing document we will configure in billing document section. Okay, billing process is done. Okay, let's there is one more thing, we'll come back here. So the billing process will generate a billing document, right? Now let's maintain number ranges for the billing documents, or use the existing ones. Let's see how many are there. There are so many are already there. Okay, you don't have to create new ones. If you want to create new one, just click on this one and create a new one. Okay, you can add, always create a new one, new number range always. Okay, right now I'm not going to create. I mean, if you want, you can use it. Now I need a document type for billing. Okay, click on execute. I'll say my document type is 14. Okay, or I'll copy this one. This is my 14. 14 is my billing document type. Enter. Nothing copied, just number range. So for this 14, what is the number range? 01. What is the 01? Sorry, this is external. Okay. Mass processing. It is a 7 series number. Okay. Right now it is at 700 379. Okay. I created a billing document type 14. Okay. So my billing document will be a 14. Now define source document types for billing document types. Okay. So what are my source document types? Hold on, wait. Let's don't go there here. Okay. So I created a document type 14 as my billing document, and I'll assign that document to billing documents. Okay. So what is my billing process? Or create a new one. So what is my billing process? BP14, right? What's our billing process?
Yeah, BP14 to 14 is billing type.
Billing type is BT14. Okay.
BT14.
Whenever this combination is there, my document type will be, what is my billing document?
14.
14, right? Let's go. Yeah, here it is. So this is my actual billing document, right? With a document type as 14. For reversal, we can use the same. Reversal will also have the same billing document. type, and simulation also will use the same. Okay, reversal will come, but right now we are at actual billing only. And there is something called source document type. Okay, let's keep for now, let's keep the one which is already there. Okay, don't get confused. Just I'll say that S12. Okay, there is a purpose of it. Source document S12, we'll use that one. For now we'll use the existing one. Okay, or we can go and create S14. Okay, let's create a source document S14. We'll use that S14 somewhere, but I'll assign S12 now. I'll go and do the S14. Define source document types. I'll say this is an entry only, S14. There is a purpose for it. Source doc type 14. We need this. We need this when we do the clarifications and all. There is a scenario for clarification cases. At that time, we'll use this source document type. So we are not there yet, but I created one entry, and I'll use the same entry in my billing process. Okay, BP14, all 14. This is my S14. Okay, source document. When we go to clarification case, you'll understand the purpose of it. But for now, we are using a document type 14. Our billing process generates that. Go back. Now let's go back and let's do the billing again. Go to billable items. You have to come out every time. Okay, you remember that. If you're doing any change configuration changes, you have to come out and do that again. Okay, let's go look at the billable items for this contract. Select all our selection. Let's select the billing process BP14, and SP14 is our sub process. Excuse me. Select the billing date. Click on export mode. It selects only one. Or selection variant pull up only one. Grouping variant only created one billing unit. Click on execute. This is our billing type. Still it did not create. Let's go on. Okay, so billing item type is missing for sub process, and so now next thing is what? Excuse me, guys. Let me have a water and come. Yeah, nice. Sorry. So you are able to hear me, Shane, Chinmay, Sub?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Clear, clear,
Yep.
clear.
Okay, now let's try. We are trying to do the billing process. Okay, let's click on billing. BP14, SP14, and select the date. Click on export mode. Execute one billable item, one billing unit. Click on execute. Okay, so BT14 is our Now, what is the error now? It says billing item type is missing, right? Let's see. Okay, and let's go back now. Let me go back. Let's look at the billing document again. Okay, existing billing document. Build not yet invoiced. Let's take that one. Execute this one. Okay, now these are all billed only, not yet invoiced. If you look at the status of it, it says bill not yet invoiced, right? Let's click on the billing document here. You select anyone and see the data inside it. So this is my header, and this is a billing this is the billing document header, and this is billing document items, right? You see at the tabs, you see here for the header, the important things are billing document type, which we have defined, and billing type. This is required to lock or unlock. See, set invoice locks, remove invoice lock. This is required. Okay, based on this configuration, we can set the invoicing lock, we can remove the invoicing lock, and also we can allow the invoicing or not. Okay, and we have also defined source document type. This is required. We will come to this part. Okay, so when we deal with the clarification cases, we'll come to that part. For now, we just created an entry for this. Okay, this is on the header level. Header level, we seems like define everything, but on the item level, right? So on the item level, if you can see, you can uh, what we can say this on the transaction types, you can treat this as a transaction type, and for the items we should have an item category, right? So here on the billing document, for the items, an item billing item type is required, similar to the item category that we have on the orders. Billing item type is also required, that we need to do that. That's what it says it is missing. Now let's go and create a billing item type and link that item type to our billing document header. Okay, now let's go there, and again I'm going into billing process, billing item types, define billing item types and assign billing item types. Okay, click on billing. Let's go and create, I'll say BI14 is my billing item type 14, right? Save this one and assign this BI14 to our billing process. Okay, so click on create new entry. What is my sub process? SP14. When sub process is SP14 and my billable item type, this is not billing item type, this is a billable item type, right? So if I say BR14 is my billable item type, the same will be represented as BI14 on the billing document, right? Already exists with the same key. Okay, let's see. Go back. SP14. SP14. Where is it? Yeah, already for BO, BR, and system already generated. So for BR14, I'm going to use my item type as BI14, right? This will tell us, okay, this is recurring and it is also recurring. I'll say, so let's say same thing, or okay. We can use for one time, we can use a different item type, and for BU14, the usage, you can use a different item type on the billing. Okay, we are only dealing with recurring. Now I'm using BI14 as a recurring billing item type. Okay, this is done. Now let's go and do the billing again. Okay, now let's go back. Go to FKK Bixbit mode. Billable items for this contract account. I'm not using the contract, I'm just using the contract account. Click on execute. We have 4. I'm doing the same thing again. Select the billing, sub process SP14, change the date. Okay, click on export mode. One selected and one billing unit created. Click on execute. Bingo. We have a billing document created. Okay. Click on OK. Now look at the status of it. Right. This is bill.
Bill not invoiced. Correct.
Bill not yet invoiced. Right. And there is a billing document assigned to it. See.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
click on this billing document now. It's a 7 series. That's the number range that we are using, right? 7 series is a 01 is 7 series.
Mm.
Right. What is our number range here? Go to billing documents. My number range for 14 is what? 01, 01, which is a 7 series, right? 7
So
series number.
yeah. So
Yes.
there's no like copy control or anything, right? Like usually in SD we have copy control with order and billing documents.
This is a copy control, right? The one we have done is a copy control kind of a thing. So in the billing process, this is a copy control only, right? From here to here. My
The
billable item type
process. Mm.
So
Mm.
BR14 you copied to BI14. That's what you did.
BR14 I copied to BI14, right?
Yes.
So my this is on the billable item BR14, and I copied to BI14 on the billing document.
So sir, all the fields which are there now in BI14 in the build item, they are actually coming copied from BR14 itself.
BR14 itself. Yes, we'll see that. Now
Okay.
we'll go and see that data. Okay. Now I created a billing document. This is a 7 series number. See, look at the data. Okay, at the top. Okay, my document type 14. This is my contract account, business partner, uh, start and end. It is July, and the currency invoice we did not do, not yet. And my billing type is BT14. My billing process is BP14. Source document type is S14. This is on the header data. And if you look at the
Okay.
items, BI14 is my item, amount 500 USD, and start and end date, division, company code, main transaction, sub transaction. Where are they? They are all
Yes.
there in the BR14, right? They get copied,
Yeah, yeah. Correct.
right? My contract, everything get copied. Okay, and also this is your billing document item, right? You can also see the source items. Okay, so this is my billable item, right? This is my billable item from which I
Correct.
copied. Okay, the reference of it, the source transaction ID,
Transaction ID. Correct, sir.
right? And also if invoicing is done, you can see the invoicing data. Payment data is there, you can see the in the payment data. If we are not using anyway, right? The tax related data will be under tax items. Okay,
Okay.
so we are able to generate a billing document. Okay, now let's play with it for some time. So before that, let's do one more thing. So what I've done something. Okay, so this one is done. So let's go to our basic functions, billable items, account determination, define main and sub transaction is okay. This is done. Account determination, billable item management, make settings for source transaction, extensions, sub-process. Okay. Now, what is my billable item class? G14B. Okay. G14B. Yeah. And my sub-process is SP14. Okay. I'll default my billing process. okay, BP14. Okay, as I maintain this also here. So every time bill of lading of for G14B and SP14 is selected, by default this gets populated automatically. Okay, I'm just doing a setting. Now billing is done, right? So billing is done. So we have a billing, billable item is done, billing is done. Let's go into the billing. So once the billing, if you want to reverse it, okay. So I have created a billing document. Okay, okay. After some time, I got to know that there is something wrong with the data of my billable item. So what we have to do, we have to do this reversal and make it into this state. Let's say edit this one. Okay. If I can change this one, if you want, if you try to change what it is saying,
Because we already built it.
you already built it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sub and Chinmay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hope you are listening at least. Okay. So,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
but now let's change this one. Let's try to change this one. You can change this one, right? It is allowing to change. So if you want to perform any change, you have to bring it back to the original state. Okay. How do we bring this back to original? There is a billing already done on top of this billable item. So we have to reverse this billing. Then it comes to billable item again. How do we reverse this billing document that we have created? Okay, so for that, here this the billing document, just click on edit the billing document and try to reverse it. Here at the top you see, right? See, invoicing lock you can set now. Why an invoicing lock is set? Because this BT14, the billing type we have used, it allows us to set the invoicing lock. Well, let's see this one. Okay, first remove the invoicing lock. Let's play with that. Okay, BT14, right? So let's go to BT14 again.
But can we define any particular invoicing locks, or is it like
Yeah, that is there is another thing called clarification case. Okay.
some kind of a description for that invoicing lock, like
No,
the billing block usually we have?
invoicing lock is invoicing lock. That's it. There is no description for it.
Okay.
It's a lock so that we cannot invoice it.
More like a basically billing block, right? Or delivery block, billing block, what we have.
Billing block, delivery block, yeah, kind of a thing. Yes. Now let's go into some other things. Okay, go to billing, and in the billing process, we have defined our billing type, right? Let's go to our billing type, BT14, and our so invoice category is GIC. Edit this one. Let's say that manually setting is not allowed. I'll say that I'll check this one. Okay, right now it is allowing. I'm checking it now. Okay, I unchecked it. Now let's go back to our billable item screen again. Now let's look at the ones which are billed. Okay, I'll say I'll build one. Only one we have built so far. Go to this billing document again. Click on edit. See, you cannot set now because this BT14 billing type is controlling that. Right. One example of it. Right. I removed the check. That's the reason we are unable to do it now.
Tab manual setting removing invoicing lock check, right?
Yeah, you cannot set a lock on top of it.
Okay, okay.
And also, if you say that do not invoice, this is also controlled, and aggregation is also controlled of tax items and payment data. Okay, that is one of the advantages of having a billing type. Okay, now let me go back. let's do the reversal of it. Let's go to the billing document again. So how to do a reversal? Click on change mode and go click on reversal and select a reason. So what is required to do a reversal? A reversal reason is required. Let's say I'll say that 12 is my reversal reason. It did not reverse. Okay. Why it did not reverse? Reversal of billing document with the BP14 is not allowed. Okay, it is not allowed, it says. So let's configure our reversal. So to do a reversal configuration, go to the billing and go to billing documents. In the billing documents, you see reversal of billing documents. Okay, let's see what are these. Okay, make basic settings for billing reversal. This is a standard setting. So we are allowing. Okay, this is a standard setting. We don't change it. Whether whether on the whole system, okay, on the system, whether reversal of billing document is allowed or not. I'm just setting those checks. Okay, I allow reversal of billing. I allow reversal of invoicing also. Okay, that's a standard setting, one time setting. Don't make it. Don't change it. Okay. Next setting, not this one. I'll show you one thing. I don't want to change. Okay, now we need to define a reason, right? If you are doing a reversal, it is system is asking for a reversal reason. Okay, you can define your own reason. You can use the existing ones, or you can define your own reason. Okay, I'll create one more, and I'll say it as reversal of billing doc 14. Billing doc for 14. Okay, 14 is my reversal reason. So next setting is what? Defaults. Defaults is select any one of it. Okay, I'll say my reversal reason 14 and leave it. Not required. Go to standard settings for billing documents. Standard reversal reason is CS. I'll say I'll use mine. 14 is my standard reversal reason. Let's say if you're doing through a back job. If you're doing this reversal using a batch up, default reversal reason it gets selected is 14 now. Okay. Now there is one more setting. Assign document types for billing documents. So my reversal, what did I assign for simulation? 14 I assign, and for reversal also I assigned 14. Okay, this is okay.
Actually, it should be different type, no sir?
We can use same or different.
Okay.
I mean, ideally we use a different one, but it's okay. I mean, if you're not dealing with many of the scenarios, you can use the same also. Doesn't matter. It allows. Okay, now standard settings for billing documents, reversal. This is done. Define reason is done. Defaults is done. Okay, what is my billing process? BP14. Select OK and new entry. For BP14, I'll allow reversal. I'll allow reversal of invoice. Reversal allowed if bill items already archived and all. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I'll allow the billing. I'm saying I'm allowing the reversal of my billing document. Okay, for BP14. And I have given a reason as 14. Let's see now. Okay, let's go to the billing document again, BP14. Let's go back again. Not this one. Where is it? This one, right? Let's go back. Go to the screen again. FKK Bixbitmon and select the build items. Click on execute. Click on the billing document. Edit this one. Click on reverse. What is my reversal reason? You can select any of it. Okay, I created 14. Let's use the 14. Execute. See, reversal is done. Okay, you can see the reversal document also. So this is my reversal document. I'm using the same. I did not change any of it. Okay, reversed. Reversal. This is a reversal item. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's go back and go to my billable item now. See the billing document, blank, and the status of my billable item is what?
Billable.
It's billable now,
It
right?
is billable, yes.
Now
Mm.
you can, if you want, you can change. You can do the edit transaction. You can change the data. So here for BP14, are we allowing any data to be changed? Which is the data that we are allowing? I guess only on the raw status we are allowing, right? Not on the billable status. But if the bit is raw, what is our billable item status? The changeability of it. Where did we define that? Convergent invoicing, basic functions, the billable items, go to billable item management, assign define changeable fields, right? This is where we assign our billing process, BP14, and record IT and status. Only 0 we maintain. BP14, sorry, is it BP or no? No, this is not BP14, right? G14B. Okay, so only raw status we allowed it. We did not allow it in the status. That's the reason you are unable to change the amount and quantity, right? On the billable item, this amount, where is the amount and where is the quantity? This is the amount, and where is the quantity here? Quantity, there should be somewhere quantity. Contract item 1, division 14. Look for the quantity field. Yeah, billing quantity. Okay. Now let's do the changeable time. I mean, it's not allowing us now at the moment, right? Even though we are in the changeable level items, it's not allowing us. Okay, let's do a simple configuration. Okay, let's allow them in the billable also. Okay, let's go back.
But we can't go back, right? Can we go back like from billable to uh, what are
We can't
like
go back.
our
So
status processed
what
or
I
raw?
do, I'll maintain it for 2 also. Okay.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. But usually we cannot go back, right? Like
No,
once
no.
it's in
That
billable, we
we
cannot go back
we
to
go back to the working to a non-working. We don't
processable.
want to, right?
Okay.
But we can accept it. If you don't want to use this billable item, you can always accept it. You can say that, I don't want to use this one. Accept.
Okay, okay. And one question I had was like the billing document that we created. So the billing document is not a customer facing document, right?
No,
Or okay,
it isn't.
it will be our invoicing document.
Yes, invoicing is something we send it to customer,
Okay.
not the
So
bill.
there is no output and everything on this one then.
No, no, no output, nothing. Yeah, only
Okay,
from invoicing we do that.
got it. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Now let's configure for this one changeability of it. Let's go for status 2. I'll say I can change. Let's say billing quantity. I'll use the same thing, and billable amount I'll use, and also the item would
Sir,
VT
can we
price.
only change the item levels over here or even the header level data?
This is only billable item, right? We are changing the billable item. Where is
Okay.
the header for it? I'm not changing the billing document. I'm changing the billable item,
Okay.
right? We are not changing the uh, billing document, right? Now let me change something. Okay. currency. Where is the currency here? Look for the currency.
It is on top, on top.
So,
Yeah, there.
okay. Currency, and let me change the source transaction type. Is it aligned here? Source transaction ID.
Item category is just allowing to change also.
Yeah, I'm looking for source transaction ID. Okay, this one. Okay, let's see whether we can change this. Save this one. So G14B status 2 should allow us to change these four. Okay, now let me go back to my billable item screen again. FKK Big Spitmon, and look for the billable items for this contract account. I have only one. Okay. Now let's select this one, click on edit. See, amount I can change, quantity I can change, transaction ID I can change, right? Now let me create 5 or 6 currency also I can change. Okay, I'll tell you the reason why I enabled this one. Before that, let me do one thing. For 20851 is my contract, right? So 20851, at the moment I have only one billable item. Let me generate 3 4 billable items. Okay, let me generate 3 4 billable items. How do I generate? Go to my billing plan again, FKK Bix bill plan.
Execute on different dates.
Yeah, let me do that one. So the next available date is 1/8. Copy this one, execute, Control A, Control V, executed, done. Select, create one more. Let me create 2 or 3. Okay, Control C, bill plan, request, execute, Control A, Control V. So I created, let me create one more, 110. Okay, so I created 3 more billable items. So now we should see 4 billable items. Okay, now I have 4 billable items. What I do is, when I select this one, right? If I select, all will be selected, right? What is my, when we are doing a billing, SP14 and GB14, see BP14, my billing process and sub process. Click on export mode. It selected everything, right? Why it selected everything? Because my selection criteria takes care of this BR14, and let me do one thing. I'll add this billable item type also to our selection criteria. So our selection criteria now selecting 4, right? Let me do one thing. Let me go to our configuration again and go to our billing. Go to billing process. Sorry, I'll change. I'll go to basic function, billable items, management, define changeable fields at level 2, IT data and 2. Okay, I'll allow one more. What is my billable item type? Look for billable item type here. I think bit type. This one, right? Type of billable item. Okay,
Yes.
let's see. Okay, now go back to the display of billable items. I have to go out again. Let me go out and come back. Bixbitmon. Select the billable items for this contract account. Let's click on execute. Oh no, one second. I need to see only for the contract. I don't want for everything, right? So now I'll do one thing. I'll change the bid type, okay, for one of the item. Okay, so it is BR14. I'll change it to BO14. Let's assume that. Okay, I change it to BO14. BO14. Okay. Transfer items. Transfer one second. Where is it? Process item. Okay. I changed the data to BO14. Go back. One second. What happened to this? Change it to BO14. Okay, and item past check. Replace master data. No, it is not processing. I should be able to transfer this. Let me transfer. So BT14, right? Process this. Why it is going to BO14, BR14 again? BO14, BO, sorry, B, BO14. Okay, click on process, it should work. BO14. BR14. That is. If you open that bench workbench, CWB, change workbench it is. I'll look for the items, billable items for contract 20851. Enter. Okay, select this one. I want to change this to BO14, right? BO14. Apply new values. Okay, what am I doing? Apply new values. Okay, that's fine. Now let's go and look at our data. Apply new values is done. Process. Okay, BO14 is processed now. Should see BO14 is not there yet. Item changed. Transfer items. Select this item and process it. Okay, save this one. Okay, saved. Now let's go and see whether it changed to BO14 or not. Okay. Yeah. So sorry. So it changed to BO14, right? If you look at this one, it changed to BO14. Okay. Now let's change one more also. Or okay, leave it there. Okay. Now what I'll do is, so our let me select this one. Okay. So let's click on bill. Okay. So I click on bill. Our business BP14 and SP14. Let's select the date to 19/20/24, and I click on export mode. Okay, I'm changing it. Okay. Let me go back. Let me get out of the screen. Okay. Now let me go back again. FKK Big Split Mall. Select the billable
Build it.
items and select the contract. Sorry, what was saying? What was that?
No, I was saying correct.
Right. So I selected BO14. Now let's click on bill. BP14 and SP14. Uh, Click on export mode. See, it selected only three. Why?
Our selection variant did not have BO14. Maybe that is why.
Yes, yes, that's right. You are following it. Okay. So Chinmay and Sub, are you following Sub?
Yes, trying to means not everything, but yeah.
Okay. I think okay. Try to follow. Okay, so it's our selection variant. If you look at our billing process, right? In the billing process, our selection variant contains what? SV14. Let's go to SV14. So this is my billable item class, and I'm only allowing. I mean, I'm instructing my system to select only BR14, not BO14. Right? That's the reason it is not selecting that one. Now let's assign a new entry. Let's say that BO14 also I want to allow. Okay, save this one. So now my selection variant is allowed. It will select all BO14 as well as BR14. Right now, let's go back. Go to billable item screen again. Go back to exit and open FKK Big Split Mall. And let's click on the billable items for contract 20851. Now let's select the billing BP14 SP14 and select the date 1914 expert mode. See, it's selected all for now. Clear?
Yeah.
Now, if you click on, this is our selection process, right? Now let's click on click on click OK. What it is saying now? How many billing units are created now?
There are 4.
4 billing units are created, right? Now let's do one more thing, or shall I create a new one? Okay, let me create one more set of data, or otherwise let me do one thing. I don't want to waste the data. So let's select 2 items. Okay, I select only 2 items now. Let's click on bill. I'll keep the remaining 2 open. Let me see that. Okay, and now let's me go to the billing date 1912. Click on export mode. So I selected 2, so it took 2, and click on OK. So how many billing units are created? Why is 2 billing units are created?
Because you chose 2.
Grouping variant, right? So here remember this, okay? Billing unit 1 and 2. Okay, click on OK. BT14 and click on execute. So for billing unit 1, we have done 1, and billing unit 2, we are doing another 2. See at the top, you see billing unit 2 of 2 now. 2 times I'm executing now. So how many billing documents created now?
Yeah, 2 are created.
Right? 373 and 374. How many are created now?
Yeah.
Why?
2.
Because grouping variant. What is our grouping variant criteria? Source transaction ID and currency, right?
Currency.
Currency is same, but source transaction ID are different. That's the reason it is not grouping them, because the ID is different. Now what I'll do is, let me reverse these two. Okay, first reverse these two so that we'll have 4 again.
How is source transaction ID defined? That is our, is it a subscription contract or the billing plan number that it's taking?
This one,
Yeah.
it's auto generated by system. A unique ID for I can. It's auto generated by system. This is defined from billing plan.
Correct, correct.
If
So my question was like, if um, so for the grouping variant, we have that source transaction ID to be the same. So when if it's a unique, I mean, if that's a
ha,
unique number, then when can it be the, same?
so if it is a unique number, if simple criteria is what our grouping criteria. All this unique, all the same combination will be grouped into one group, right?
Correct.
If they are different, they will be under different billing units, right? If you select 4, it creates right now what is the source transaction ID. It is different for different. It is different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here,
Mm-hmm.
Different, correct,
it's
different.
creating 4 billing documents. Now I'll tell you one thing. Now let's click on edit this one. Okay, I'll make all the let's first 2 are same and remaining 2 are same. Okay, let's create like that. Okay, I'll make the first 2 are same and remaining
Okay.
2 are same. Okay, let's see the behavior of the grouping variant. Okay, let me edit this one, and I'll edit my source transaction ID. I'll make this as 003. Okay, apply. Okay, and save. Oh, what happened? Something happened. Are we changing somewhere? Okay, let me go into that change mode again. Billable items for contract 20851. Execute. Select this one. I'll change 2003. Okay, I'll remove this one, or I'll remove this one. Okay, apply. 80403 is the value. Save. Why it says error changing table? Something happened there. Maybe it was because of the billable items. For contract, let me change this one to 4. Okay, apply, save. Now something is going wrong with this. Error changing table. Why it is not allowing me to change this? Okay, source transaction ID is not allowing me to save. Why it is not allowing me to save? Let me save a different property. I'll say this to INR. Okay. Okay, it's saved. Only why this is not allowing me to save? Okay, let's say otherwise we'll remove this from grouping variant. Okay, there is something wrong with the update of source transaction ID. So I'll keep the first two as INR and the second two as USD. Okay, let me change this again. I'll change this to INR again. I'll change our grouping variant. I'll use only the currency. So that also works, right? So let me save this one. So I have two items with the currency INR and two with the USD. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll go to my grouping variant. Where is my grouping variant? Define grouping variant. GV14. I'll select the characteristics. I'll remove it. Okay, I don't want to use this one. Right. I'll remove this one. Save. So how many? Only one variable is there now. Okay, based on currency, I'm grouping. Right. That's a configuration I've used. Based on currency, I'm grouping now. Now let's go. Let me go back to the billable item monitor again. FKK Bixbit1 and look for the billable items for contract 20851 execute. Okay, so according to our configuration, how many, let's say if I select all four, okay, how many billing documents should get created?
Only one should get created
Why only one?
because currency is same for all four. Oh, chacha,
No, no,
different. Then two will come.
two will come, right?
Two will
Yeah.
come. Yes, yes.
Now let's use BP14 and SP14, our billing date, this thing, export mode, and click on selected all four selection variant. Now let's go to grouping variant. So how many billing units are there? See, one
Yeah,
billing
two.
unit for these two are for same currency and these two are for same currency, right?
Yeah.
INR, first two into one unit and second two into one. That is how our grouping is working. Okay, now let's click on OK, click on execute. ended due to errors. Do you want to continue with processing? Maybe it's because of the currency issue. Okay, one is ended with because we changed our currency, right? That's the reason it is. Let me go back. Okay, click on OK. So first two did not do because the currency should be INR. It's USD. It should be USD, not INR, right?
You
That's the reason.
maybe assignment of the currency was not INR maintained.
Our company code and the contract everywhere it is USD. That's the reason the check is happening now. Only one got processed. That is our billing document 30037. Now let's open this 30037. Now here, how many items are there?
It should have been two, right? Only one has come.
One, it is
So they
aggregated,
have
right?
clubbed together. They have
Club
clubbed
together,
together the entire value.
1000 is the amount. And to see your billable items, go to your source items. You see two items here.
Yeah,
These
correct.
two are clubbed together. Right. And one more thing I want to show you. You understood the grouping concept of it?
Yeah, that is clear, sir.
Okay. So I need to change this back again. Otherwise, I'll create a few more. Okay. Now, there is, let's see. Okay. This billing from, right? If you look at this billing from, how this billing from is coming. Our billing period is what for this billable item?
18 till 12 months, right?
Every month.
18
This data is for a month, right?
month.
Every month.
Yes.
Right. Where is that bill from and bill to? What is that period? Where is that period? From date and to date here.
Billing plan, no, date category of billing plan, I think so.
This bill, okay, for this month, this is for 1 month, this is another 8th month, this is for 9th month, and this is for 10th month. Okay. But when we are creating, when we are doing a billing, right? When we are doing a billing, the billing date, how this billing date is getting determined. You see this one, the period is for 1st July to 31st July. But the date is coming at 9th of 9th month of 8th month of it, right? Where is it? Sorry, baseline date from 1st to 31st. This is one from 8th 1st to 31st 8th month. Okay, and your billing date is 5th of 8th. That means after how many days?
8, 5.
Your billing period was what? For July, right? From July 1st to July 31st,
31st of July. Yes.
right? But you're billing from, okay, you can only bill it from 5th of what? 5th of August, right? That's what
Okay.
the first one, right? And the second one, second billable item is for August month from August 1st to August 31st. And you can only bill it from 3rd of September, right? See, if you say click on bill and give the current date. Okay, what is my bill to date here? 5th of 8th month. But I'm now doing 19th of 5th month and click on export mode.
Yeah, why is that so?
Yeah, it won't
Billing
allow
from
you. Okay, let me reverse this one. Let me reverse this one first. I reversed it. So I have four. I have four now. Let's refresh this one. Let me select this one, and so my bill from is 310, right? And 10th month 310. Let's bill it. I'm using, but while running the billing process, I'm giving 19th May. Okay, let's see what it says. Okay, I selected one. See, it is not creating a billing in it. You see?
oh, that is it because the accounting period is closed?
No, no, no. I'll tell you.
or not
Okay.
opened? Yes.
No bill of lading selected are qualified for billing because your date is what?
So October month.
October 10th only you have to bill it. But you are billing it in upfront, right? You are billing it
Yeah,
upfront.
correct, correct.
It's the reason not allowing. But you have to, how this billing date is getting determined. So there is a concept. I mean, if you go to your configurations, go to convergent invoicing, and in the convergent invoicing, go to your basic functions, go to scheduling. In the scheduling, enter rules for determining the billing date. You see?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Now click on enter assign rules for determining the billing date. Okay. There is a rule assigned to determine the billing date. If it is everything is star, okay, your billing scheduling and billing cycle is star. What is the rule that is getting applied? GR01 is what getting
Zero.
applied. Okay. Now go back, go to look for the GR01. This is the GR01 and look for the calculation rule. So what it is saying, fixed date, 3 days plus additional months, date limit to 2 days, and US calendar it is following. 1 second, date limit to 2, fixed date 3 days, correct non-working day. Okay, so it is automatically adjusting, it is adding 3 days, right? It is adding additional months is what, let's say your billing period is on the July, it will go to August. It will if it is if your billing period is August, it will go to September. But how many days? It is always looking for a number of 3 days. I mean, from 31st to 31st plus 3 days. Okay, if you look at your billing document, right, first one. Okay, so this is for July 1st to July 31st is the billing period, right? But it took 5th of August. Why it took 5th of August? If you go to your calendar, you go to the calendar, go to August 1, 2. Okay, third and fourth are non-working days. Okay, so fifth
Correct,
is the
correct.
working day. So 1, 2, 3, three fixed days. Okay, similarly for this one. Okay, so this is for 8th month, right? 8th month, 1st August to 31st August, but it is showing third. Okay, let's go and see why it is third. Go to September. So September, Sunday is a holiday. From first one and 1 second, 1 and 2. Why did not take 31st is what? 31st is fallen on when?
Saturday.
Saturday. So Sunday is left, and it should be 3. No, no, no. It should be 4, right?
It should be fourth actually, because if they miss out on Sunday, it should be fourth.
Let me see the October. For October, what happened here? 1, 2, 3. It took correctly. For November, what happened? 31st. This is 1. He left 2 days and it took the 4th month. Okay, it calculated 1, 2, 3, and 4th day. But for October, 1, 2, 3. September, for September it is again 3. For November, let's look at the rule again. What is the rule? It says fixed date. Okay, let me see how it is calculating. It's adding only 30 days plus 3. Is it doing 30 days plus 3 or which one is it? Date limit to 2. Okay, and scheduling. Go to assign, determine the billing date. We did not assign any scheduling, so this should take GR01. Okay, GR01. Let me remove everything. Okay, I don't want to. Let's see what happened. Date limit to 02. Let me save this one. Let's see what will be the billing date now. Okay, let me go back. Go to my big bill plan. Take the next request date. Come and see. Go to bill plan. Request. Control A. Control B. Execute. Go to my billable item screen. Now look at the last one. Okay. So my bill from is 11th, first of 11th. So that is what. Okay, it took the direct day. Okay, the bill from is from the month of from date and to date. Okay, and it took the day as what, first of the month. So my cycle is from 1st November to 30th November, but my bill from is from 1st November only. Okay, let me do one more change here. Let's say for GR01, let me add 1 month to it. Okay, that's the reason it is taking. Let me add 1 month, additional month one. That means it should go into the next month of it, right? If my Now let me go back. Display billing plan. So this one I'm generating from 12th month. Okay. So that means what should be our billing period? December 1st to December
December
31st.
1st to 31st of December.
Okay, December 1st to December 31st. And our bill cycle should be January 1st, 2025. Let's see. So it is going to second.
Maybe first
What?
is a Sunday or
Only
something
one
like
day.
that.
Only one day. No, no, no. It is taking only 1 day. Additional ones. Now just only 1 day got added to it. Wait, only 1 day added to this. Correct non-working day. Use the work day following the non-work day. So non-work day, it is taking only 1 day or what? Sunday is only a non-working day. Saturday is a working day.
So we'll have to check the calendar, like what is maintained out there.
Yeah. I'll say do not correct the date. Okay. Use the work day prior to the non. Okay. Let's say do not correct the date. I'll add fixed date as, let's say, 5 days. Save this one. So I'm adding 5 days. Okay. Plus 1 month. So it should not change. It should be every month 5th of it. Okay. Now let's go and create one more billable item. Next request is on 1st of January. So that should be your first month of 2025. Let's execute this one. Command A, Command V, execute. A billable item is created for January, right? Let's go to a billable item, and it should be February 5th. Bill from is 2/1/2025. Why it is 2/1/2025? Let me come out of it. Okay, big spill plan. Okay, now let me for the second month. Let's do it for second month.
The additional month means the billing cycle will start from that particular 1 month, right? Next one.
Yes. So 1 month I'm adding to the current cycle and generating fifth every month, fifth as a billing date. Okay, now I added 5 days to it, right? So yeah,
Okay.
it's not fine. So now let's see. Okay, now next will be what? Next will be 5th of April. Okay, if you see this we have generated for which month?
For the month of March.
For the second month.
Second month,
Second
yes.
month we generated and bill date is what? Bill date is 5th of March.
5th of
Now
March.
let's create one more item for the March month. Okay. So as per our rule, the billing date will be 5th of April.
5th of April.
Right? Let's come and control B, execute.
But that one additional 1 month should end on 28th or 27th of February. 28th or 29th of February.
5th of April.
April.
Why this 5th of April? Because my rule says what my rule says. I'm adding GR01 is my rule. It says I'm adding 1 month to the billing cycle plus 5 days. And I'm saying that don't use work day or non-work day. Everything is a
Yes,
day.
yes, yes.
So every month fifth it is generating. That's the reason you see 2 times 1 month added to the billing cycle plus 5 days.
Okay.
Right. So this is how your billing from date gets calculated, and you should bill it when the bill from date is matched. Then only you can bill it. Otherwise, you cannot bill it. Okay. If you want to bill this one, what should be your billing date?
5th,
It should be
5th
either
of
fifth
April.
or 5 or
Or,
after. Before that, you cannot do it. Clear?
yes, sir.
Yeah. And let me. Shall we stop for today?
Today was interesting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Yes,
Yeah.
you'll, and yeah, we have other topics also. It will be.
Yes. Yesterday I was actually for the first 1 hour I was just shutting down my screen and switching it on.
Yesterday also we had seen a lot of data, a lot of
Yeah.
information, things.
First 1 hour I missed. Actually, I was not attentive because my screen was not getting loaded.
Hmm.
But then I will look at the recording and I will understand from that. But today was I understood.
No problem. We'll see. And tomorrow we may not have a sub. You are there, sub.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Okay. Yeah. Tomorrow there is no class. I'll update for Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay. I'll drop a note.
Fine. Let us know by afternoon. So accordingly, we will prepare ourselves.
Yes. Yes. I'll do. I'll give you at least 6 to 8 hours so that you'll see the email at least.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but
I'll give you update. Let's assume around 10 o'clock. Okay, one
hmm,
fixed time. Okay, so 10 a.m. IST I'll update, or 12 a.m. IST. Sorry, 12 p.m. IST I'll update. At that time, you can just check your email. If there is a class, you'll come to know. After that, anyway, after that I don't because I don't want you to keep checking your emails.
yeah,
Uh,
I'm not
Fine.
sure about my timings though. I mean, I will just get to know in few days or a week because I'm starting from tomorrow at a new place, so I don't know how my timings will be and will I be able to, allocate that hour anymore.
okay,
But is it okay, sir? If we skip this week because a lot of content and I have to go through the whole recording and practice it. So will it be okay if we skip this week and since the next session we have over the weekend?
Yeah, that works as well for me.
Okay, no problem. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of things you need to go through. That's for sure. And
Yes, sir, because we're not sure when we'll get the recording. So when the recording comes, then we will have to go through the entire thing and and also
keep
start
in mind that
configuring in
your
system as well.
system access will also go away. I mean, I don't know how long you have taken your access.
So
So
we
we
Access
keep
is
have
that.
there.
some of
Technically
us
access.
like some of the like one of among us to do the configuration as well, and you guide us that way we'll do as well.
So that takes. You imagine, Chinmay, how long it takes. I mean,
It
you
takes a whole weeks and
practice,
weeks.
and you practice, and you just let me know where if you get stuck. Definitely, I'll be there to help you.
So
Got
But
it.
I
what we
cannot.
can do, right?
This reverse
So what? Yes.
reverse is difficult. Anywhere it is difficult, right?
Reverse.
I mean, doing the. I mean, you are saying that reverse KT kind of a thing, or reverse.
Got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Reverse kitty. Yeah.
That is difficult. That is difficult, right?
Mm-hmm.
You practice and let me know if you get stuck anywhere. We can
System we
have
have
it
taken, sir.
5-10 minutes.
System we have taken.
We can go through whenever we start a new session, right? We can see if you have any doubt in the first 10 to 15 minutes. We'll see.
Yeah. I messaged Ruchika today also that at least yesterday's recording, you please share it as soon as possible, so that it's a 4-hour recording. So we'll have to sit for full 4 hours to
Yeah,
understand it. Not 4 hours,
yeah, yeah.
maybe it will be 6 hours, because understanding will be slow, and then we will have to also configure in system. And
Correct.
as Shubh said, we may require the entire week itself to learn that thing and
True.
configure, and any doubt is there,
Exactly.
then come up with.
It takes time. It takes time to,
It takes time.
you know,
Yes,
uh,
yes.
once you have that flexibility, then you can go and see everywhere. Okay? It's not like, you have to go see the thing and go into the system and see there also, right? And
So,
once you put your hands on the system, then you'll come to know, okay, what is happening.
correct, sir.
To listen and
And
to see the system once when someone is demoing, it's easy. It looks very easy. I mean,
correct,
you feel like, okay, I'm understanding the things, but when you start doing it, you'll come to know the pain point of it.
correct. Yeah. And from the certification exam standpoint also, like what are the, I mean, we saw the subscription product or configuration, let's say. But
Mhm.
then what I think is like from subscription, no, from exam standpoint, certification standpoint, it won't be just one particular product type, right? That they will be questioning on.
I'll give you. Let me stop this.